last time I ever like went through there was when I was like getting up and going to work when I used to work at Wall Street. But yeah. I'm gonna step out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like part of me, like when I first started, it was weird to like walk around with a camera, then you go around New York and you realize, bro, everyone has like their own personal brand or something that they're promoting. There's people shooting a video at like the corner, earlier. Yeah, so the perspective of it is you realize everyone is in like their own world, and the more you're in your own world is the more it pays off. Whether that be like business or like whatever you're building, especially in New York, everyone's like their own main character. We are here again. So today I really want to talk about unity, and it's in like recent news of like the Charlie Kirk thing. I generally hate talking about politics, but I think it is important. Man, got on a whole hat too. All right, so what I want to talk about for unity, just as a whole. So here's what I genuinely think.
Yeah, back. You got it.
So, like, let's say just in general, even with sports, right? There is genuinely unity, right? Everyone is coming together for like a single purpose. Everyone is just trying to like work together as a team for, to achieve the same goal. Charlie Kirk spot. What is this? Over here used to have like Black Lives Matter. As politics really do change, I'm not really seeing that much of occasion. All right, so back to unity, right? So I've come to the conclusion, right? Like before, this is what I was gonna do. After what happened on the 9th, like the tragedy, I wanted to go to 9/11 and then just talk about how like, because he passed the 10th. So like the day after, but it was like when I went there, I genuinely could not find like the right words to say, because just talking about that outside where it's like I had to like collect my thoughts. So talking about bringing like unity with like, yeah, basically after what happened on the 9th, I wanted to like compare and contrast, because the day after was like, no, it was on the 10th. I wanted to compare and contrast like what could unify and what could bring people together, right? Because 9/11 was the next day and I was planning to go to 9/11, but what happened with Kirk kind of changed all of that. So yeah, so when you look at what happened with 9/11, political party didn't matter, rich or poor didn't matter, race didn't matter. People all got together and mourned the people that passed. It was no divide. Everyone genuinely got together. What's up, man? Right? So everyone got together because of 9/11, and so what happened with Kirk, people were at first divided, right? And I was looking for solutions. It's like, all right, so what could fix this? What could unify people? Like, what could actually bring about peace? It was on some like Naruto fucking shit. It was like me thinking about it. I'm like, bro, Mr. Rogers is needed right now. Like a lot of things in general, but what I realized was the answer was at his like memorial. There, like if you compare and contrast, everyone was unified pretty much. Like his rhetoric and everything that he stood for, no one was rioting, no one was stealing, no one was even doing any of like the fucked up shit. Like pissed off at his death, everyone was praying, and it was like church. Like before, like if you compare and contrast even with like George Floyd, which was like the left's hero, there was riots, there was, you know, looting, stealing, everything got really insane in 2020. So me explaining it, I think I found the answer. Yeah, so basically, I think the thing that divides people the most is usually left-wing media. And like what I mean by that is that left-wing media usually divides and causes more conflicts. You can see that happen with like the George Floyd situation, where the amount of stories that they was pushing and how much they profited, even with like the whole COVID shit. I think the left-wing media divides people. Because even with like politicians, like I'm looking at it from like an unbiased standpoint, it's like it's never just about policies and politics. Like someone has to be a racist, someone has to be like a pedo, someone has to, you know, have like an affair or be this terrible person. And it's usually ran by like left-wing media. Like politics is never just politics, it's just smear campaigns and making someone and just dehumanizing people. And I think that just happens mostly, like I know it happens on both sides, but I think it just happens mostly when it comes to like left-wing media just as a whole. Yeah, so basically when you look at the answer, I think the answer was everything he stood for. So everyone that went to the memorial, they were all unified. People weren't protesting, people were not looting and burning stores. Everything that he stood for was unifying. And then on the other side, you look at everyone who didn't like him, that were opposed to everything that he was saying, like AOC and all these people, they profit off of dividing people. And it's just the most fucked up thing possible. But yeah, going back to it, everything that he said and everything that he did unified people. You see, everything was peaceful. There was no like violence or no robbing or looting stores. In his death, everyone at the memorial were praying. No one was robbing, no one was looting. Everyone was like super respectful. That was all influenced by this one person, by Charlie. So essentially, you look at everybody on the opposite side, these people always make it about race. They always make it about rich or poor while they enrich themselves. And it's just like you look at the actions that they take, it's always disingenuous. These people are, you know, disingenuous as fuck. So you start to see what is real by just actions. Look at the people who were supported by him. Was it hateful rhetoric? Everyone was sitting there praying. And everyone that feeded off negativity, that wants somebody to be racist but can't prove it, that wants somebody to be homophobic but can't prove it. And it's just like it's the same rhetoric from the same people that dispute negativity and profit off it. So I pretty much know the answer.